Hello, class. Can you see now my slide? All right, thank you. So, good morning, class. Hello, grade 10 students. This is Margie C. Agustin, your grade 10 English teacher. So, now welcome to our class. Before we proceed to our discussion this morning, I want to ask Miss Hazel Jean Betus to please lead us a short prayer. Amen. Thank you, Hazel, for leading us a prayer. So, last time we have tackled about the figurative language, right? Yes. So, Alvin, can you give me an example of figurative language? Yes, simile. How about you, Hazel? Personification. Okay. Daisy? Metaphor. Yes. And etc. So now I have prepared here an activity that is connected to our lesson this morning. So I want you to think of a word that comes in your mind when you see this particular picture. Okay, let's begin class. Yes, the first picture. So what comes in your mind when you see this picture? All right, this is a tang. Very good. How about this? This is a an eye. All right. The third picture, how about this, Daisy? And yes, thank you. And this one, Hazel. Yes, an ear. How about this, Alvin? Nose. Yes, very good. So, what do you think is our topic this morning? It's all about, Daisy, parts of the body. It could be. How about Hazel? Senses. Yes. So our topic this morning is all about the identifying sensory images. So, but before that, I want you to know our learning objectives. So at the end of a 1 hour discussion, 85% of you should be able to first identify the types of sensory images being used in a sentence. Second, express appreciation for sensory images used. And third, write a poem that applies the sensory images. All right. So, and now I have another activity for you, class. I have prepared 5 sentences and I want you to identify the sense that is present in each of the sentence. All right. So these are the 5 sentences. So I will read it for you. First, horns, trumpets, and drums blared out the fanfare in a loud but harmonious greeting. So what do you think is the sense that is present in this sentence? Alvin, sense of hearing. All right. The second one, the grill smoke carried the heavy methy scent of burgers with a tongue or barbecue sauce. So Hazel, what sense is present here? Sense of smell. Okay, very good. Third one, the view from the mountain pass was breathtaking with the sun's rays, turning the valley into a gold paradise. So for you, Stephanie, what sense is present? Sense of sight. Okay, number 4. I love to roll frozen grapes around my mouth before biting into their icy tartness. So what sense is present here, Alvin? Sense of taste. All right. Number 5. The tree bark was rough against her skin. How about this? Sense of touch. Okay. So now, based on the sentences presented, what is your idea about sensory and imagery? So I want Hazel to define what is sensory. All right, very good. So when we say sensory, it is or relating to sensation or to the senses. All right. So imagery, I want you to answer Stephanie. Very good. Say imagery, it is associated with mental pictures. It also uses particular words which create visual representation in our minds. In short, it lets you imagine and evokes your senses while you are reading a text. All right, so a passage of writing can contain imagery that appeals to multiple senses. It is useful to break down sensory imagery by sense. So here is the first sensory imagery, the visual imagery. So it engages the sense of sight. So this is what you can see, class, and includes visual descriptions. Physical attributes including color, size, shape, lightness and darkness, shadows and shade are all part of visual imagery. So let's have an example. So her lips look so red like a ripe cherry. So what makes this sentence belongs to the sense of sight? Alvin, it's because of looks so red. All right. So the second one, sensory imagery, the gustatory imagery. It engages the sense of sight. So this is what you can taste and includes flavors. This can include the five basic tastes, the sweet, salty, bitter, sour, and umami, as well as the textures and sensations tied to the act of eating. So let's have an example. So, Hazel, can you identify what makes this uh, sentence belongs to the sense of taste? All right, because of the very sweet, very good. The third one, the tactile imagery. It engages the sense of touch. This is what you can feel, class, and includes textures and the main sensations a human being experiences when touching something. And differences in temperature is also part of tactile imagery. So let's look at this example. So Alvin, please read. All right, so what makes this belongs to the sense of touch? Because of pinchers of cheeks. Excellent idea. All right, so number 4, the auditory imagery. It engages the sense of hearing. This is the way things sound. And literary devices such as onomatopoeia and alliteration can help create sounds in writing. So let's have an example. Stephanie, the concert went so loud that her ears rang for days afterwards. So what makes the sentence belongs to this sense of hearing? Because of so loud. All right. So number 5, olfactory imagery. It engages the sense of smell. So sense is one of the most direct triggers of memory and emotion, class, but can be difficult to write about. Since taste and smell are so closely linked, you'll sometimes find the same words such as sweet used to describe both. The simile is common in olfactory imagery because it allows writers to compare a particular scent to common smells like dirt, grass, manure, or roses. So let's have an example. Alvin, can you please read the sentence? All right, so what makes the sentence belongs to the sense of smell? Because of foul smell. Very good. So let's go back to the sentences that I have presented earlier. So the first one, it belongs to the sense of hearing. So for you, Alvin, how do you say so that this is associated with the sense of hearing? Because of loud but harmonious greeting. Very good. The second one, sense of smell. So for you, Hazel, why is it under sense of smell? Of a meaty scent. All right. So number 3, this belongs to the sense of sight. For you, Stephanie, why is the sentence under sense of sight? Because of the view from the mountain. All right. Number 4. So this belongs to the sense of taste. So for you, Daisy, why is it under sense of taste? Because of icy darkness. All right. So number 5, the last sentence. This belongs to the sense of touch. So why is it belongs to the sense of touch? Alvin again? All right. Because of the rough against her skin. Very good class. So now we have another activity. This is called Analyze Me. So I want you class to analyze the line and tell the sensory image being used. Answer the guide questions given and share it to the class once you are done. So I will be making a breakout rooms class for you to have sharing with your group mates, and you have to share your ideas, and after the once you're done, uh, just just tell me so that we can proceed to our sharing. Is that clear? All right, so this is for group 1. Since you will be divided into 4, so this is for group 1. This is daffodils. Group 2, Proferius lover. Group 3, rain in summer. Group 4, yeah, Koblakan. All right, so I will give you just 15 minutes to analyze this line. Is that okay? All right, so these are the guide questions for you to be guided in answering your lines or analyzing the lines. So how did you come up with that answer? Why is it important to be aware of different sensory images? All right, class, so your 15 minutes begin now. Time is up. It is time to share class. So for group 1, what sense is present in the lines? Sense of sight. All right, very good. How about group 2? Sense of touch or tactile imagery. All right. Group 3, sense of smell. Okay. Group 4, sense of sight or visual imagery. And there's another one. What's that? Sense of hearing. All right. Very good. So for you class, how did you come up with the answer? All right. So the group 3, someone is raising his hand or her hand. All right. So there are clues. Like for example, we can see the heels or the veils, right? So there are clues. Very good. So for you, class, why is it important to be aware of the sensory images? Okay, group 1. It is important for the readers because it helps them understand and enjoy the story more. And there's one thing. Yes, it helps a reader draw on specific details in the text. All right, very good class. So I have to evaluate you. So we have this evaluation. So you have to create a 5-line poem with sensory images within 15 minutes class. Write it in a half crosswise. Is that okay? All right. So after you're done making the 5-line poem, you have to send it in our general chat box. Is that clear? All right. This is the rubrics. Okay, your 15 minutes starts now. Time is up. So class, please send your output in our general chat box so that I can see it and I can record your correct or your grade for that output. Okay, I can now see some of you sending your output. All right, there are already three persons. Very good. So now, class, we have an assignment before we end our class this morning. We have our assignment. So directions. Choose two lines from the Philippine national anthem and draw the sensory images that you have seen. Use one whole short band paper. So this is the rubric for drawing class. So clarity of the image, 10 points. Creativity, 10 points. So a total of 20 points. So is there any clarification, class? Any violent reaction or any questions about the topic that I have presented today? There is none. All right. Thank you. So thank you, class, for your participation in our class discussion. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your presence. Yes, we have a complete attendance. It's very good to hear, no, that uh, you are interested to learn. All right. So see you next meeting, class. But before we formally end, I would like to ask Hazel Jean Betos to lead us a closing prayer. Amen. So thank you once again, class. See you next meeting. God bless. Goodbye.